really only one steak place that has the best steak. The most tender, most flavorful, mouth-watering steak. A place that makes the choice to serve you the best choice, because we believe there really is no other choice. Hy-Vee Choice Reserve. Premium, hand-selected, 100% natural beef. Hy-Vee Choice Reserve, because our choice is your best choice.
Hey everyone, this is Dan Holm with Ankeny Fanatic. Be sure to check out our website this fall for the best local high school sports coverage around. Whether you're a Hawk or a Jaguar, we'll be covering everything from cross country, man that dude is fast, to volleyball and everything in between. Well hey Kenna, welcome back. You don't want to miss any of the hard-hitting action. Come visit us at AnkenyFanatic.com.
Schottenkirk Chevrolet's Power Price Truck and Crossover event featuring new 18 Silverado Double Cab LTs. Power lease, $259 per month lease. Power price, $32,490. New 18 Silverado Crew Cabs. Power lease, $429 per month lease. Power price, $36,490. Over 170 Traverse, Equinox, and Tracks available. With 12 going on 13 years of year-over-year sales records, Schottenkirk knows how to sell Chevys. Schottenkirk Chevy, Waukee. Chevy, find new roads. Waukee Chevy.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Building a strong community doesn't happen overnight. It takes a vision for the future, the ability to turn a challenge into a success, and individuals who inspire new generations of growth. Greater Des Moines has done a lot of growing over the years, and so have we. At Brick Gentry Law, your success is something that we create together. Thank you for making us a part of your community. Thank you for 50 years.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
The rain has moved to the east. We're hoping the rain stays to the south and not to the west and head into here. But we are in damp field conditions, but a right now clear night for football here at Ankeny Stadium. Hello, everybody. Paul Yeager, Tim Hauber. Jeff Brooks will be along in just a couple of minutes. This is a game featuring a team that's 3-3 and one that's 2-4. And Tim, hard to believe, playoff opportunity for both of these squads tonight as they do battle.
Absolutely. We got a big game tonight. It all kind of hinges on how Dowling and Sioux City East goes, because if Dowling beats Sioux City East, the winner of this game will be tied for second in the district. So this is really, and basically then the loser is pretty much out of the playoff picture. So it does have huge playoff implications.
And then that sets up, Ankeny plays Sioux City East the last game of the season on the 19th, would set up an opportunity to get into the playoffs. So there's some in that Ankeny locker room. They've been having to hold on to that glimmer of hope at 2-4. But Lincoln 3-3 is thinking, well, what about us?
I know they've been impressive. There's only one common opponent that they played together that they've we could match the wins against wins. Strong team, 3-3. They play well. They're a good running team, kind of like a two-headed monster. But the quarterback and the running back are the top rushing duo on the team, and also Burnside, their running back, is also their top receiver. So I think that he's going to be kind of the key tonight. Where he goes is how their offense goes.
And this is a team, Lincoln, that has struggled with injuries and also ejections. The best player, Kimmel, is out for Lincoln. That is going to create an opportunity for somebody else to step up. They also have a storm. There's two storms. There's Caden and Carter. Carter will play. Caden is out most likely. So tonight it could be Devin Henderson. It could be Larry Brown at quarterback. Who is going to answer the bell is what we'll find out in just a few minutes.
Yep, and we'll see how they operate. I know that the coach had talked about that Henderson, he doesn't have as much experience playing quarterback, but looking at his stats, he's done just as good a job. So I think he brings some good leadership in there. They kind of like to run that read pass option, or some people call it a run pass option. They do it very well. The quarterback's going to carry the ball. I'm curious to see tonight. The field it's not raining, but the turf is really wet. That ball is going to get it wet. It's going to get slippery. Kind of see how these guys handle. You know, they're both good running teams, how they handle the running the ball tonight.
And we'll find out. These are teams that do run the ball more than throw the ball. For Lincoln, as a squad, 191 rushing attempts. Lincoln has 203. Ankeny has 191. Very similar attempts. And their yardage is nowhere close, though. Lincoln, 1,500 rushing yards to only 881 for Ankeny.
Yeah, Ankeny is, but I look at also Ankeny's schedule, how they've played. You know, they're looking at, we talked earlier about their 4 losses. You're looking at all ranked teams. 3 of those teams have been ranked number 1 at one point in 4A. So they've played some pretty stiff competition. You're probably not going to accumulate a lot of yards. Hard to get, a lot of drives in there. So they played some quality competition out there. So I expect them to kind of, maybe kind of stretch a little bit tonight and kind of see if they can kind of get some bigger plays out of their offense that they haven't had earlier on this year.
All right, we'll continue to talk this game, but first we got to let you know who are the good folks bringing you this contest here on CISN.TV. Kickoff from Ankeny coming your way at 6:30. Games all over the place. Dowling and Sioux City East already doing action, and Dowling just scored another touchdown, make it 13-0. We'll continue this pregame show right here on CISN.TV when we come back.
Every month or so, there's another story in the media about when and how often we need to get our mammograms. Kind of confusing. When this happens, I like to consult with experts. So I called Iowa Radiology. They recommend women get an annual mammogram starting at age 40. They know that it's the best way to detect cancers early and save lives. And that's good enough for me. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule your mammogram. Iowa Radiology, our focus is your good health.
The other guys, they think they know what special means. At Godfather's Pizza, we do special, and we do it better. We add the T. There's a Godfather specialty pizza with your name on it. Classic combo, all meat combo, hot stuff, taco, yeah, even veggie and more. All of them piled high with the best toppings and 100% real cheese. Treat yourself special. Order specialty pizzas from Godfather's Pizza.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
There's no doubt about it. Saving feels great. At Mid-American Energy, we love saving too. Saving the environment by supporting tree planting, which improves air quality. Saving money by investing in wind energy, which keeps rates low. And saving you energy by providing tips to help make your home more energy efficient. Which means you can take those savings and put your energy into having fun. Saving definitely feels great. So does being obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
.com. Schottenkirk Chevrolet's Power Price Truck and Crossover event featuring new 18 Silverado double cab LTs. Power lease, $259 per month lease. Power price, $32,490. New 18 Silverado crew cabs. Power lease, $429 per month lease. Power price, $36,490. Over 170 Traverse, Equinox, and Trax available. With 12 going on 13 years of year-over-year sales records, Schottenkirk knows how to sell Chevys. Schottenkirk Chevy, Waukee. Chevy, find new roads. WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk.
We're still a few minutes away from kickoff. Both teams in the locker room. We just had the national anthem played. No band tonight. You're not going to bring the instruments out, Tim, for that ball game. Tim Halber, Paul Yeager, Jeff Brooks will be along in just a couple of minutes here as we get you ready for this ball game. GNL Clothing and Hy-Vee both helping bring this broadcast to you. And let's take a look. Tim, we're going to start with the starting lineups. Let's talk about the Ankeny defense, shall we? This is one that has brought in some guys that really are playing as a good, tough unit. It starts with Logan Brown, Romello Gray, Connor Rainey, and Cooper Cox back in the lineup. Nick Shirley, Jordan Cum at your front, and then your two cornerback positions. It all really kind of, I think everybody kind of knows 74, Mello Gray.
Yes, he's a 315-pound senior in the middle there. He plays at nose guard. Really chews up a lot of blockers. It takes two blockers, and he's still making tackles in the backfield, so he's a big guy. We're also looking at, you look at their leading tacklers, is the two defensive end, the two outside linebackers in the middle. Very active out there. They kind of run that 3-4 defense. Very hard to run. They react very well. And the safeties, and we got the safeties get their tackles, so a tough defense to go up against.
And, Tim, you're talking about Max Griffin, Ray J. Crawford, Yeti Tawatia, and Brecken Manis. Those guys all playing really well. I mean, these linebackers are everywhere on the field, like you said.
Yeah, very active, very athletic, and even the tackles, we're kind of seeing how they can kind of pinch everything. What they do is on the outside, they run everything, they pinch it into the middle, get their tackles. Very hard team to run on the outside.
But then there's this guy named Mo Watson. You've got Hayes Gibson and Mo Watson back there, and Coach was very specific when I asked who was playing well on the defensive side. He is saying that it is Mo Watson, and we're getting ready to have the two teams come out onto the field, but we're still in the locker room just a couple of minutes away. That's a look at the defense. The offense for Lincoln, Larry Brown at quarterback, Javon Burnside at the running back, Carter Storm wide receiver along with Calvin McIlvain, John Harris also at a wide receiver, Nate Cox, Jacob Langlitz, Alex Song, Alex King, and Logan Black. And really, you've got Nate Cox and Alex Song, a couple of guys who've played really well up front.
Yeah, they kind of get. He's kind of said those are the leaders on his offense. They're the senior players up there, kind of the lead block. They're going to follow that. Like we talked earlier, they run that read pass option. They're gonna go run first. See a lot of quarterback fakes, take the run, and then they kind of pass on surprise. Still, they're a very good passing team. I think they kind of pass on surprise. They kind of get their single look on the outside, and kind of pop it. I think if the defense focuses too much on Burnside and Henderson, that quarterback running back duo, it's going to open up one-on-one receivers.
And we're not 100% sure. We've been told both Devin Henderson and Larry Brown could play quarterback tonight, so it'll be a story to watch as it develops. Could be the hot hand, could be just the one that's feeling more comfortable. Henderson is a senior, Brown is a sophomore. Sometimes sophomores on those varsity lights get a little bright.
Yes, we kind of saw that earlier in the year because even like looking at Ankeny, they have a lot of their skill position players are sophomores, and I think the beginning of the year is like, we're up with the big guys. It's a different pace. It's a lot quicker. The reads come faster. They kind of Google-eyed when they get out there. You kind of hope that if they've been playing a lot, we're in the 7th week of the season, some of that luster's kind of fallen off. They're kind of ready to play football.
The luster hasn't fallen off of this guy yet. He
No.
is still getting shiny. When we come back, we will check in with Jeff Brooks down on that sideline. We'll give you the weather report, and we'll let you know there's a football game coming up here around 6:30. I'm thinking it's going to be a little bit later than 6:30. Hang with us here on CISN.TV, Ankeny and Lincoln when we come back.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing. Your size, your style, we've got it all.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Back here at Ankeny Stadium, getting you ready for the Ankeny Hawks and the Des Moines Lincoln Rail Splitters. And a look at your weather tonight brought to you by G&L Clothing. 57 degrees currently. The wind is out of the east at 1 mile an hour. The big question is, where is the rain? Right now, we are in a sandwich with no rain. There's rain to the north and rain to the south. We hope to get as much of this game, but let's find out exactly what's going on in the field. That's where Jeff Brooks, the third member of this broadcast crew, is at. Hello, Jeff.
Hey, I just got to tell you, I think this is the best start of a kickoff weather-wise that we've had all season. Temperature and wind-wise, it's awesome. Heard you guys talking about the field conditions earlier and the ball control. I could see the footing being an issue maybe initially, and then we'll see what the ball control does.
All right, Jeff, you've had just a tiny little chance to see the warm-ups before they went back in. What'd you see down there? What stood out?
I think a lot of good energy on the Ankeny sidelines. I was mostly over here for their warm-ups as I was walking up to the booth. Lincoln also, though, they have a lot of school spirit, and we'll see if they come out with a lot of energy and answer that from what Ankeny's got going.
Jeff Brooks on our Shields sideline report all season long. Thank you, Jeff, for that report. Lincoln has made their way onto the field. The Ankeny Hawks are getting ready to take their way. Oh, hi. I guess we're on. Sorry, I was going to move it and say we don't need it anymore. I've been putting things away. We're getting ready for this contest, and we'll watch Ankeny come out tonight. Rick Nelson is bringing this squad in. He has been struggling to get his guys to be playing a consistent football. He talks about getting off to a good start, but what he really needs, Tim, is for guys to finish in plays.
Yeah, he talked about, offense and defense, looking for the linemen to get out there to kind of get their blocks and get downfield, make that second block, kind of stay on your guy, kind of get, that's where you get that breakaway, the big plays. Defense, he wants to see guys finished. He wants to see guys, not just tackled, go up there and touch them down, but he wants to go and see hard tackles. So finishing on both sides of the balls, kind of keeping everything in front of you, that's what he's looking for in this game.
Ankeny last week, 51-14 winners at Hoover. The previous week, a 42-0 loss at Dowling. Before that, a 42-0 win against Roosevelt here. So it's been a couple of weeks. They'll be home tonight against Lincoln, and then home with Sioux City North, and then at Sioux City East to close out the schedule. Now, Lincoln, they play Ankeny tonight. Then they go and host Sioux City East. And here come the Hawks now onto the field. And you can see they're led there by Max Griffin, the Sam linebacker. Griffin has been battling a shoulder issue all season long. Griffin, 22 tackles on the season, and that's including games where he hasn't played, did not play against Roosevelt. Coach also cited him as his ability just as a gamer.
Yeah, he's one of those senior leaders out there. We've watched him play throughout the season, and he kind of gets guys up. He's come off the field holding his shoulder, go back in, and he'll play offense. I've seen him on the offensive
Yeah.
side of the ball, so he's a good athlete. They want to make use of him, but he is one of those leaders of the defense. Where he goes, that defense follows.
And this is a team that needs to start well. Ankeny sometimes has an issue where if something doesn't go right, heads and shoulders will drop, and that is what Coach has been trying to work through. He gets their attention early in the morning. They have switched their practices the last couple of weeks, going to 5:30 in the morning for practices, Tim. Why'd you do it, Coach? Well, that there's field issues. There's, the freshmen haven't been able to do this. But you have that morning time to yourself. You've been a part of those morning practices. They're tough to get going, but there's no other distractions at that time of day either.
No, there's very few distractions at 5:30 in the morning, and usually if you were practicing that early, it was meant that it was kind of more of a detriment for not behaving versus we need the practice. So as a player, you didn't want that. I always liked the afternoon practices right after class. So it seems to work for him. I think he's maybe we'll see how it turns around. We'll see if it works tonight if they respond.
Lincoln will receive the opening kick as they exchange the ceremonial handshakes and coin flip. They've already done that, and now they'll get ready to go. Lincoln will be going from south to north. Ankeny will be going from north to south, left to right there on your radio, on your video side. Radio, whatever you want it. If you're listening to us, we're glad to have you with us tonight. Plenty of good seats still available here, and I'm sure at many stadiums across Iowa tonight as these storms have forced a lot of early starts. We are ready to tee it up, and Ankeny will come out now.
I'm sure at the forecast, the kitchen table or the couch is also a good seat to watch the game.
Or in your garage. I know some folks that they watch it. They watch it in their garage. So, Coach Mack, if you're watching, hello to you and Zane. Let's see. Teeing it up right now, Jake McCann. He has it up at the 40. Back deep to receive for Lincoln. It looks like they are going to bring Burnside, and it's going to be taken at the 5, bounce off into the end zone, and that is going to be not returned because once it goes into the end zone, you can't bring it out. And struggling there is Somerville, Khalil, and the offense will start at the 20-yard line for Lincoln.
We kind of see who comes out to play quarterback for him tonight. They're on the sideline huddling up. Then I'll bring the offensive out in mass.
We think it's going to be Larry Brown, but it also could be Devin Henderson. And last week I know there were some issues of which guy it was because there was a jersey switch. I know the Dowling coaches and fans and radio. And it looks like it's going to be Larry Brown, 6'1", 210. Not a lot of stats on Brown. But he's going to run this offense now, 1st and 10 early on. They're going to look to the right and be stopped right about the line of scrimmage. Making the tackle, Ray J. Crawford. Brown, no gain on the play.
Brown at quarterback. Do you see number 1 out there? Do you see Caden Storm? It looks like he lined up in a slot position, so I don't know if he's out there, if they just gave his jersey number 1 to someone else.
Well, it was possible that Storm was going to play. It's just a matter of if he was going to be able to compete on the field as a player. So they go back up the middle with a run play, and again, no yardage, maybe 1 tough yard. And I got to see who even got that ball. I don't even see Burnside out there. That was number 8, wasn't it? Brandon Canny?
So mixing up the running backs here. Looks like Tawatia in on the tackle. Kept it to no gain. Bringing up a 3rd and long.
10:50 to play early on in this contest. Larry Brown. Going to throw the football. Looks left. Now he's flushed. Crawford giving chase. Brown tucks, runs, and is going to be short of the first. Not by much. Tackle there. Caleb Rachi, I think he prevented a first down. I think Lincoln's going to punt the ball, but that's a nice run by Brown, a pickup of 6 yards.
Yeah, key there, the defense got him in a 3rd and long, so you kind of have that little bit of flexibility to go back to pass. He takes off and run, picks up 6 yards, still brings up a 4th down on the first punt. See how if the wet field is having an effect here on the punting game.
Back to receive for Ankeny is Ray J. Crawford, and also That's Nick Shirley, and the ball bounces near Shirley, circled by Lincoln, and it'll be at the 44-yard line where the Hawks will start. Jeff Brooks down on the sidelines. Jeff, what do you got from that first drive?
Well, that first drive, Lincoln pretty much looked limited to the run, and Ankeny was ready for it. We'll see if they can open that up a little bit. They're going to have to pass somewhat just to loosen up that run defense from Ankeny.
3 and out go the Rail Splitters on the first punt, on the first possession of the game. Ankeny will start it at quarterback. Is Bauer. He gives to Boyd right up the middle. Boyd is met right at the line of scrimmage. Cooper King the stop. No gain for Boyd. And if Boyd can't get more than a yard, it's going to be a long night for Ankeny.
Yeah, Lincoln kind of comes out. They kind of run a 4-2 defense. It's going to probably take a few plays, maybe a series or two for the offensive line to kind of figure out where all the gaps are, kind of get their assignments down to get their blocking assignments in.
Brecht is to the right. They're going to run the option. Bauer tucks it, runs, gets across the midfield into Lincoln territory before he's tackled. Karen Allen the stop. Gain of about 8 on the play for the quarterback, Jace Bauer. Ball to the 47. Handoff right side, going to be very, very close to the first down, and I think Boyd has it. And tackle made. Oh boy, I don't even. Logan Black, 75. It's going to be close enough for. Oh, they're stopping. They're not measuring it, are they? They're just stopping the clock. Oh, now they wind it. No measurement. First down. Ball at the 46-yard line. They go left side, and that is to Grant Moeller. Moeller is going to get 5 yards to the 40 before he's tackled. James Anderson for Lincoln makes the stop after 5.
Good to see Moeller get some action early on. One thing about this pass defense, for Lincoln, they lead 4A in interceptions, so you want to kind of hit safe routes out there because they are ball hawking secondary out there.
Fourth play of the drive for the Hawks. Ray J. Crawford is going to be taken back way behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of 5. Coming up to make the stop for Lincoln is Felix Gallagher. What a stop. Ray J. had no chance.
Kind of a hard defense to figure out. They got a 3-man front, and they can run 3 linebackers, and they kind of bring their corners on the outside. So you got that 6-man front. It's kind of hard to find the gaps because you have to get so deep in that second level to get a linebacker block on.
Third down, 7.5 to play here in the first quarter. Bauer looks, throws, intercepted by Lincoln. Picked off. Carter Storm, he's still on his feet. Far sideline, returns it to the 43-yard line.
Is that when those announcers kiss of death? When you say something like that, something happens. Apologies to the Ankeny fans for even mentioning it.
Number 4 makes the stop, and, here's the thing about Lincoln. They're one of the best teams in 4A in picking off passes.
Yeah, I think they have 13 interceptions on the year.
And now Lincoln with great field position. They'll start at the 44-yard line. Fumble, and getting it back. No. Is it still on the ground? Ankeny picks it up. No whistle blown, I don't believe. Now, the line judge, the near side, says yes. The official says no. Jeff Brooks, I'm bringing up your microphone while you listen in and help me out on this.
Well, I thought there was a fumble on the play, and maybe he was down by contact, but I'm looking there. They might be saying he was just down.
They're going to say second down. Lincoln football back at the 47. Oh. Wow, that's, that was 7 points. That was 6 points the other way.
Yeah, Yeti he picked it up, and he's seen all that green in front of him. But I didn't hear a whistle. I didn't see a whistle because they kind of let the play go on. But now they're here. They got a second and long. They need to stop him here. Timeout on the field.
Lincoln takes a timeout. We'll be back. This is CISN.TV.
Want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Back at Ankeny Stadium, Paul Yeager, Tim Halbert, Jeff Brooks, the CISN crew here tonight on this rain-soaked evening in pregame, but not right now. 17-0, Dowling leads Sioux City East. They are in the second quarter. We are in the first quarter, 7-12. We've already had 2 possessions for each team, or 1 possession for each team. Lincoln already has a turnover. That's an interception. They now have the ball after a 5-yard loss. Larry Brown gets rid of it on the blitz, and it's in a bunch of traffic, but it's dropped. Kind of a dangerous pass, trying to find Carter Storm, and it's incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and about 16 yards to go.
Yeah, there was a really dangerous pass in there.
We're going to have a continuous look at both of these teams' rosters as they're getting a lot of different people mixed in early on here. Approaching 7 minutes to play. No score, Lincoln and Ankeny. Brown looks right. Here comes Max Griffin, and Griffin's going to get him back at the 40. Max was coming on the stunt. Brown never saw him. Loss all the way back to the 40-yard line.
Great move by Max, coming on the outside from the right side, beat that tackle. Nice little swim move. He got past it. And I thought he was even held a little bit on that play, but he got by it. A big sack there. Big 4th down. After having that turnover, they're going to come back and get the ball back in probably some pretty decent field position.
And right now, Lincoln I think they're going to quick punt it. They're not lined up to punt it. They punted it on 4th and 1. Now at 4th and 15, they do quick punt it. There is a whistle, a legal procedure called against Lincoln. It'll move them back 5 more yards. Tim, I don't know if I said be prepared for anything tonight.
Yeah. Well, we're going to earn our keep here tonight. They're just trying to figure out which players are out there. They kind of got a lot of different players in offense. They're kind of running a lot of different formations. They're running some trips, different tailback in there. So try to do a quick kick. So, yeah, this should be an exciting game.
Ball goes back 5 yards, and now the original punt team comes on. Low punt, bounces at midfield, gets into Ankeny territory, takes a great Lincoln bounce, is going to go dead all the way at the 29-yard line.
I want to note that on their 2 punts, that Hayes Gibson has been in there really deep on the punter. So I wouldn't be surprised if he knocks one. He blocks a punt because twice now he's gotten awful close to the punter if he takes his time, especially with the wet ball. So looking very close. So maybe my interception kind of kiss of death I had earlier, that maybe this block punt thing might work and kind of balance out the aura here.
I'm not sure how that works, but we'll get in Jeff Brooks after this play. Ankeny will start it. 1st and 10 from their own 29-yard line. 6:15, no score early on here in the first quarter. Bauer looks, throws, caught by Brecht, and then dropped, and Brody gets forward to the 40-yard line. Pickup of 11 yards. Brody Brecht on the pass. Jeff Brooks down on our sideline.
Yeah, so we'll see what Ankeny can do here on this drive after that near turnover and score for the touchdown. But I'm going to look for something steady, just consistent right down the field and see if they can't stick one in.
Jeff Brooks, Shield sideline report. Gain of 11. They go quick pass again, this time Grant Moeller left side. Moeller's got 8, 9, almost 10 yards. However, I believe there is a penalty flag. I see the officials. I don't physically see the flag yet, but I know that there is one. Oh, there it is. It was at the 40. Holding. It's going to be holding against Ankeny. Tonight's officiating crew is Mike Vint, Eric Kennedy, Myron Lynn, Dick Riles, and Jason Fagan. And this will go against Ankeny, so it wipes out a 10-yard gain and makes it a, oh my, this one goes all the way back to the 27, 28-yard line. So both of these teams, moving backwards on about the second play from scrimmage tonight. Boyd gets it, and then he is stopped. To tell you what, on the underside, Cooper King has been everywhere. Ankeny is struggling to run the football.
Yeah, it's a hard defense to kind of pick up those blocking schemes. It's 3 down linemen, and they blitz 2 linebackers. So you got 5 men kind of coming in the box, but you don't know where they're coming from. Hard to pick up those assignments.
5:16 to play, first quarter. And we'll have a penalty flag. And Lincoln is going to be whistled, and so that's one way to get yardage back on second down.
Yeah, Logan Black, who just made that tackle previously, got a little eager there to get a jump on the play.
Got to figure out a way to get number 15. They got to figure a way to get Cale Boyd into this offense, get some blocking. They fake it. They go out with the pass. Jordan come. Jordan near the 31. That's all the further he can get. And making that tackle for Lincoln, that's Jake Toffanelli. At the line of scrimmage, Lincoln has been tough, Tim.
Yep, they have been. They've been really playing it well. A good no-hold block by Mueller out there. It's hard for a wide receiver to get a good block on.
Press comes. They get it away to Boyd on the screen. He's at the 40, 45. Still going to be short of the first down. Great gain all the way up. 46-yard line, but it's going to be well short of the first down, and Ankeny is going to have to punt the football. That was a gain of about 15 yards, but when you have that big penalty, it's really hard to get anything forward.
Cooper King again on the tackle. He kind of came in there, kind of knifed through the blocking wall. He had 3 linemen out in front of him. He kind of knifed through, got in there, chased down the running back and made the tackle, kept it from getting a first down.
Back to punt. And getting it away, nice punt, going to send Lincoln back to the 20, taken near side and then out of bounds, and that could be a flag. Boy, I thought maybe that was a little late. Returned by Carter Storm. Jeff Brooks, one guy we haven't seen? I haven't seen number 2, Javon Burnside, all night. Have you, even on offense or defense?
Yeah, no, I was looking for him to come into the game. I haven't really located him on the sideline yet either, so I'll keep my eye out and see if I can find him.
Jeff Brooks, Shields sideline report. No score early on in this game. Keep saying that, but as we keep punting the football away back and forth, it's going to be a game of big plays here. Ball starts at the 36-yard line for Lincoln. Their 3rd series of the game. They punted on the first 2. 3:49 to play. Brown shovels it right side, trying to get to the outside, and not getting anywhere is Jake Toffanelli. Max Griffin again the stop.
I think we'll be calling his name quite a bit tonight. He's all over the field. Really good pursuit. Now he's flipped on the other side. He's playing on the left side of the line. So they kind of flipped their defensive lineman back and forth from the basically the outside linebacker spot, finding where the strong side is, then picking up his read. So good read out there, not getting blocked, not getting pinched in, and kind of basically use that sideline as an extra tackler.
Loss of 3, 3:13 to go before the end of the first quarter. Lincoln's been going backwards. Ankeny's trying to pin them back even further. Lincoln's trying to go forward. They roll out on the sprint out. Brown's going to tuck it, run it. Mello Gray gets one hand. Ray J gets another, and then somehow Mello makes the tackle. He tried to get him twice.
If that was grass turf, I think he would be about 3 foot underneath the ground right now, because Mello came in and from behind, and he gave him 315 pounds of love there. So, but that's great pursuit by defensive nose guard.
Yeah.
To try to make a tackle at the line, then also get 10 yards downfield and come from behind and make the tackle. Brings up a 3rd and 1, but kept a first down. So now, if the defense can stiffen, they can get the ball back.
Brown's going to go under center. 3-man front, tightly bunched for Lincoln. They're going to go up the middle with Brown, and I think he's going to get it.
We call it like one of these left foot, right foot marks to see. It looks like he may have it by about the length of a football. from here. But I know that the side judge on our side, now they move the ball back right on the stripe up to give him the first down.
Now move the chains, so gain of a yard up to the 46. 2:13 to play, clock moving, no score. Dowling just scored again against Sioux City East, so that one's starting to get out of control. Brown now in a 5 yards back. They go pop right, and then Mellow Gray. And another guy who, oddly enough, we haven't said much about yet, Logan Brown makes the tackle.
Kind of an unsung hero. He kind of plays it, depending on the side, which way that Max Griffin. And those tackles, those three guys eat up a lot of blocks in there. So good to see him to get on a play.
And also Peyton Terry out there, number 34. He's playing some up in the middle. So you got 50, or you got 74, 54.
Yeah, Caden Young's in there playing a tackle position.
2 down linemen. Brown keeps it and getting a hand on it and then standing him up. Griffin, Mellow Gray.
Caden Young was in there, kind of just got in the game, fresh legs.
Yep.
Got pursued, got away for the tackle. That especially that quarterback can't turn upfield. You kind of push him out, he's got to bounce outside. So defensive line for Ankeny is playing well. They're playing aggressive. They're playing physical. I think they feel that there's a lot on the line here. So they kind of keep back, bringing up a 3rd and long. This is where you want to turn the boys loose.
Under a minute to play. 3rd down. Crowd just kind of relaxed as we would normally be just in a pregame mode right now, getting you ready for a 7 o'clock kick, but we started this one at 6:30, try to beat the weather. Brown goes out right side, and it's going to be dropped behind the line. Cooper Cox made short work of Calvin McIlvain. McIlvain, if you remember the name, his brother was the quarterback, 4-year quarterback for Lincoln. Will had a great career, and that's going to probably be the end of the first quarter. And we have no score between Lincoln and Ankeny from Ankeny Stadium. You're watching high school football on CISN.TV.
There's really only one steak place that has the best steak. The most tender, most flavorful, mouth-watering steak. A place that makes the choice to serve you the best choice, because we believe there really is no other choice. Hy-Vee Choice Reserve. Premium, hand-selected, 100% natural beef. Hy-Vee Choice Reserve, because our choice is your best choice. There's really...
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise, and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service. We might not always
We played
know
one
what the
quarter.
day will bring.
Neither team scored a point. Pressure on the punter. High short kick. It's going to go out of bounds at the 43-yard line. And I think, I think that's Coach Bauer is making his case like, hey, no, that thing went up out of bounds. 5-6 more yards downfield. But, coaches are always going to try. Jeff Brooks down on that Shield sideline report.
Hey, so I was looking for Burnside on the sidelines, and I don't see him anywhere. So no report from that his location. But once again, Ankeny has another great field opportunity.
Thank you, Jeff, for that report. Ankeny starts the ball at the 44-yard line. Cale Boyd goes up the middle, and Boyd's going to get 10 yards just like that. Blink.
Yeah, good blocking up front there. Good blocking, staying on your blocks.
All right, I got to get this here. So Ankeny, Boyd again gets another carry. That one's another one. So he's got 18 yards in 2 plays.
Yeah, good blocking up there. I'm trying to see. Sam Belding, a junior, tight ends in there in the game, getting some good blocks on playing a left tight end position, but they're kind of sealing that, kind of getting that. They kind of figured out to get that defensive tackle kind of pinched in.
Pressure from Bauer, steps in front, throws downfield. He's got a man beat for beat. And the catch is made in the end zone. Touchdown, Hawks. Grant Moeller. 45, make it 38 yards for the score.
He had single coverage up and he hit a beat deep. He went up there and he just, great play at Mueller just to go up there and get the ball. The ball was hanging up there. Got over the receiver. Good throw by Bauer out there. Kind of laid it out. You saw him open. Why not go for it?
And he stepped right under the pressure. I got to give him a lot of credit. There was some one defensive lineman that kind of made his way in. And the kick is up, and it is good. 7-0, Hawks lead on CISM.
Building a strong community doesn't happen overnight. It takes a vision for the future, the ability to turn a challenge into a success, and individuals who inspire new generations of growth. Greater Des Moines has done a lot of growing over the years, and so have we. At Brick Gentry Law, your success is something that we create together. Thank you for making us a part of your community. Thank you for 50 years.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
38-yard touchdown strike from Bauer to McCann. Puts the Hawks up as the kick is taken by Lincoln at about the 10. Up towards the 20 and then popped and dropped. I could hear that shoulder hit as Cyrese Smith. All right, Jeff Brooks, blink, and you might miss some Ankeny offense, huh?
Yeah, so really I want to give the Lincoln defensive back, number 18, Khalil Somerville, some credit there. He was in great position. He had Moeller covered fairly well. Moeller just got up and got it. Side note on that extra point, Mello Gray was a little dinged up. Yeah, see him on the field now. We'll see how it goes.
And I echo what Jeff said. I was thinking the same thing. I thought that defense was outstanding. It's just that ball was put in the right spot.
Yeah, that's where you don't have underthrow by 6 inches, and that thing could be intercepted. But it's a good pass because you kind of laid it out there high enough for the receiver can go get it.
Ball at the 22, and it's going to be a running play as we start to get a little extra as Brown keeps it. He's across the 25. Gain of 4.
Logan Brown is about 5 yards in the backfield there. Not sure who had the ball, so he just hit somebody. Which is what you want to see. He's getting a lot of getting upfield quickly, and I think that's that penetration. You don't like to have if you're Lincoln, you don't want to see defensive linemen 5 yards deep in your backfield.
No, that's exactly right. Unless you're calling the screen, and then that's probably what you want. They go underneath with the handoff. Griffin makes the tackle. And it's number 28. That's Jake Toffanelli. And he gets really no yardage on that play.
Rotating fresh guys in. Yeah, on the defensive side.
I knew just to use the roster when calling Lincoln. I've known over years that just things change with this team. Lots of moving parts. Always makes the coaching a little extra difficult when you got a guy who's injured or didn't know he was injured or someone that's ineligible or acrobatic catch and then popped and incomplete. Never having control was Toffanelli. The official was right on it, made that call right away. Again, if that goes the other way, that's 6 more points.
Yeah, that was awful close. They're trying to see who got the hit on the receiver because he never got his hands on it. Ball popped out, went forward. Looked like it was a forward fumble.
Yeah.
That you get the ball there. Kind of interesting defense. Mello playing the inside. Griffin playing like a tackle, kind of basically it's like a two-man rush and blitzing linebacker. So they're kind of giving Lincoln some different looks, trying to mess up their blocking assignments.
And when you got a quarterback who hasn't played that much, it makes it a lot different. Short kick, and that goes way out of bounds. Fourth row of the cheerleaders. This punt's going to be no more than 15 yards. 28-yard line is where Ankeny is going to start and have a very, very short field on a bad punt.
I don't even know if they gained 15 yards on the change of possession.
They barely got to the first down marker, Tim.
Hayes Gibson in there again caused that. Even though he's getting the punt off, he's not blocking it. But that punter just wanted to get rid of it, and then he's kicking it straight up in the air. So actually, not by blocking it, you're still affecting the punt. So great field position for the Hawks.
29-yard line is where it at here in this GNL clothing, or this Mid-American Energy. Cale Boyd gets it to the 20-yard line before he's out of bounds. We do have a whistle. Flag laying back at the 25-yard line. This all of our games here from Ankeny this year brought to you by Mid-American Energy. 9:19 to play second quarter. It's going to be another holding penalty against Ankeny.
They're trying to create that seam out there where Boyd can make that cut, but they're kind of trying to hold their blocks too long. Very quick, active defensive, front six basically for Lincoln. So it's kind of hard to get your block out there without getting your hands out there and grabbing a little bit of jersey.
It'll be 1st and 16 now. Hawks, Bauer keeps it, gets a block from Moeller. He just kind of had his hand on Moeller's back, gets inside the 30 to about the 27-yard line for Bauer.
Yep, he kind of got between Miller, Stefan, the lineman up there just kind of doing a straight dive block, basically. Kind of all the motion went away to the right side, took it up there. Good gain. Got some yards back. Now you got a second and manageable.
Want to be ahead of the chains, right? Hand off. Cale Boyd, left side. He's got room. He's into the secondary. He's inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. Cale Boyd.
Yeah, Young in there. He's a two-way player. Caden Young playing offensive line there, got a good block, and then Boyd just kind of bounces side to side as he goes upfield, picked up the first down. Good blocking up there, creating a lane.
13-yard gain for Cale Boyd. Hawks on the move now. They go Boyd right side. Makes a move in. Couple of rails come up a little slow, one of them being Muhammad Mamor. Muhammad is a linebacker, 185, 6'1", and a senior, 7.5 tackles. They go Boyd, huge hole. It collapses in a hurry, gets a first down to the 2.
Here comes Mello in playing the big fullback position, and I emphasize big fullback. If I was running back, where he goes, you can kind of imagine that's where the ball is going to go. Also, I want to give a shout-out. Number 43, I think it's Cheeto, is their fullback. Does some good blocking up there, kind of springing some of the yardage that Boyd's getting tonight.
Well, he is next to Mello, and Boyd is 5 yards deep, gets the handoff. Boyd keeps running and finding the end zone for an Ankeny touchdown. Cale Boyd, the 2-yard touchdown for the Hawks. At the 7:36 mark here in the second quarter. The thing is, he had those big blockers, but he went to the right instead of following them up the middle. Must have been where the play was designed. McCann, the extra point is up and good. 14-0 Hawks on CISM.
Hey everyone, this is Dan Holm with Ankeny Fanatic. Be sure to check out our website this fall for the best local high school sports coverage around. Whether you're a Hawk or a Jaguar, we'll be covering everything from cross country. Man, that dude is fast. to volleyball and everything in between. Well, hey, Kenna, welcome back. You don't want to miss any of the hard-hitting action. Come visit us at Ankeny.
Cale Boyd, 2 more yards. He now unofficially has 57 yards on the game on 10 carries. Hawks lead 14-0 here. 1 touchdown a pass from Bauer to Moeller. And another a 2-yard run, but really you got to give the 13-yard run to Boyd earlier in that possession that made the difference, Tim.
Yeah, some good blocks up front. You know, they're not losing yards. Even though they got a penalty there to come back on a good quarterback carry, getting Boyd involved, plus having a short field. They're playing on, you know, the short side of the 50-yard line, playing on the Lincoln side of the field. You know, when you have 30-yard drives and 40-yard drives, it's a lot easier to get touchdowns.
14-0 here, 31-0 at Valley Stadium as Dowling leads Sioux City East. Kickoff taken at the 10 and then nearly dropped was Carter Storm. Storm changes field again and is popped. Ankeny's flying shoulders, not necessarily wrapping up, and a couple of late penalty flags come in way from the back. And Jeff Brooks is down on our Shield sideline. And, Jeff, you're on the far side, so I don't know if you had as good a view as what we did on that. What just happened?
You know,
unsportsmanlike
yeah, I was
on
gonna say
Lincoln.
sportsmanlike conduct. It looked a little weird, like a kid fake he fell down or something like that. But yeah, just unsportsmanlike. Just a side note: Ankeny's offensive line really took charge there that last drive. You could really see him try to emphasize a straight line run versus trying to go side to side. So we'll look for that to continue as this goes along.
Jeff Brooks on the Shield sideline report. So now Lincoln is going to be penalized
from the 20, because that's where the ball was down. So I don't know if they were. They're going to march it back halfway.
I'm going to guess it's going to the. Is it half the distance?
Yep.
I thought maybe at the 20 it would go to the 5. It goes to the 10. So that's where. That is where Lincoln will start 90 yards from their end zone. Brown escapes the pressure, and penalty comes in. Mellow Gray's left arm makes the tackle.
Couldn't tell if it was holding if there or if someone got if Mello, when he reached his arm, if he got a little bit of face mask, he pulled him down. So we'll see what the call is. Kind of throwing it where all that fun activity goes on there.
Also for Ankeny there, Brecken Manus. It's going to be a hold against Lincoln, so this one's going to go even further back into the shadow of that goal line.
Probably have to go back another 5 yards, half the distance. I know on the kickoff there, I know that was a real emphasis talking to officials, you know, before the season started, that, you know, the hits away from the action on a kickoff, that's where a lot of the injuries can happen. So they're really going to watch that. So if there's extra activity, someone tries to get a little shot in there, if you're not directly involved in the play, that's going to cause a flag every time.
And the two officials that are on the near side here back at the 30 and 40, you saw them launch their flags all the way from back here. So Lincoln goes backwards on first down on the penalty back to the 3-yard line. We go back to a different quarterback throwing nearly intercepted. Tip. Caden Storm is back at quarterback.
Mr. Mo Watson got a hand up there, and he's looking to get a pick. Only 3 interceptions for the Ankeny Hawk defense this year, but they've been close many opportunities there. Plus, defensive line loves this when you got them at long yardage. You can kind of tee off on there, kind of a sidearm throw there, but they would love to get a pick here. This is where it really sets up well.
Well, a lot of the teams that Ankeny's played are not running. They're running teams. They're not passing teams. So that makes a little bit of difference in how that works. Storm in the end zone, 3 yards deep. Play action, and there is going to be no way. It's going to be a safety. Max Griffin comes in and makes that tackle in the end zone. Also, Peyton Terry there, and a safety. Caden Storm had no chance to get out of the end zone.
I think you take your pick there. They had 3 guys in the backfield. They almost took the handoff. Got deep there. That's a big play for the defense. They're playing really good, especially when you can start getting negative yardage. Hats off to them.
And now at the 7:04 mark here in the second quarter, we are now starting to see some rain fall. As you can see, the lights catching some of that heavy rain. And Jeff Brooks, you're going to have to put that hood up now over there, aren't you?
Yeah, I got all my rain gear here. We're good to go. So, hey, on that last series, Mellow Gray really put his weight down on Larry Brown there, the quarterback. In the NFL, that might have been a penalty. But we're going to see what this rain does to the field conditions and the ball handling here.
Jeff Brooks. So now they're going to free kick it from the 20. So Ankeny gets points and they get the ball back on the safety as the big umbrellas start to come out. We're supposed to talk girls cross country at half, and they run in all kinds of conditions. I don't know how fun they would have if they run in these conditions, as it's a liner taken by Boyd at the 30 to the 40. He's got a full head of steam, 50 inside to the 40, 39-yard line. Cale Boyd, a great return there of almost 34 yards.
Yeah, big advantage to getting a safety is that the kickoff comes off of the 20-yard line instead of the normal 35-yard line. So that's another field position switch that they have. So here they are starting their offensive series once again, on the right side of the 50-yard line.
So the Hawks come out to the 39. Not the 34, Paul. Get your notes right. So Jace Bauer brings the team out, keeps it, goes up the middle, and he doesn't get very far because Felix Gallagher made a nice stop.
A good tackle there. He kind of maintained his lane position there. Kind of seeing that quarterback dive play where they kind of hand off, and really the only play that Bauer does, he kind of takes up between, over the guards there. So hasn't run it outside yet like we've seen him in other games.
Bauer in the shotgun, goes Ray J. Crawford up the middle. Gets to the 35, a couple more.
So we're at the 35 of the third down. If they get a fourth down here, I'm thinking ahead. I think it's 4-down territory, so I'm looking at maybe 2 running plays here. Keep the drive alive. I don't think you want to punt or it's too long for a field goal for Ankeny.
6:10 to go in the quarter. Crawford, the featured running back. Play action. Gets rid of it. Caught! First down, out of bounds. Jordan Cum. I don't think Bauer knew where that was going. It looked almost like he was throwing it away.
He had 2 guys on him. He looked up, and he kind of saw he was wide open there to the right. And Cum was kind of running across the formation. He was lined up here on the left slot position, cut across there, and he was wide open. So he kind of laid it out there, letting him catch it. Kind of led him really well. He kind of caught him in stride. So good heads-up athletic play by Bauer.
Jordan Cum the catch. That's good for 12 yards. Crawford underneath. Gets the hand down and gets up to the 20. I tell you what, Cooper King, this kid can play football. He is not a big one, but King has been everywhere tonight. He is the stalwart of this team. That's what Coach Summy told me earlier this week. He says he is, and he used that word, stalwart.
Yep, he is a stud there. We've seen some good linebackers, the one from Cedar Falls being one of them, but he's right up there with them.
Crawford dashes left, now right, now back to the left, and gets a first down to the 11-yard line. Gain of 9 for Ray J. Crawford.
Kind of good to see Crawford in there. He's kind of been battling some leg injuries throughout the year, so it's kind of good to see him in there getting some work, fresh legs in there. Following that, the offensive line's kind of warmed up now. They're doing a good job.
Thing is Crawford was a 1,000-yard rusher last season, and he's been more on defense. He's starting to get some of those moves back, starting to feel a little bit better. Gets to the 5 as the rain starts to thicken a little bit. A few more umbrellas making their way out.
It's kind of a fine mist, we're kind of seeing it's been a fairly dry, not too many turnovers here in this game, so perfect game for running the ball.
This jinx brought to you by Tim Halbert. Crawford up the middle, hit once, carries a couple of guys to the 1. Gain of 4, and it'll be 1st and goal for the Hawks here as the clock ticks to 4:30.
Got to see if they bring in their large package, with Mellow Gray in there at fullback, but he's going to keep him on the sideline. They're going to kind of run. Probably give it to Crawford again. He's kind of had the last. He's kind of carried him in the drive here, so see if they want to give him the ball, follow his fullback, try to into the hole. And
timeout, Lincoln. Same thing for us at 4:12 left to play in the half.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau's seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself.
First and goal for the Hawks. I formation. Handoff up the middle. Ray J. Crawford has stood up at the goal line. I don't think he got in. Thing about Crawford, he ran a little high on that play.
Yep, he did. He kind of danced, tried to find that, thought the hole would open up a lot more. I hate to say it looks like, Cooper King in there again, and it kind of stuffed him in that hole. So look for it. On a second down player is a good time to kind of do kind of roll out, maybe do that option. Wide side the field here is to the left.
See what the Hawks do here. They go Ray J up a middle, and this time he's going to get into the end zone. Ray J. Crawford, third touchdown of the season at 3:38 in the second quarter. Good for Ray J, getting a chance to score again. The 1-yard touchdown run puts the Hawks up 22-0, pending the extra point coming from Jake McCann, hold by Reese Pitts. Kick is up, high, and good. Hawks lead 23-0.
Every month or so, there's another story in the media about when and how often we need to get our mammograms. Kind of confusing. When this happens, I like to consult with experts. So I called Iowa Radiology. They recommend women get an annual mammogram starting at age 40. They know that it's the best way to detect cancers early and save lives. And that's good enough for me. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule your mammogram. Iowa Radiology, our focus is your good health.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game.
The Hawks get a short field after the safety. They go 39 yards, ends in a 1-yard touchdown run as Storm makes his way to the near side, and then he is knocked out of bounds. Jeff Brooks, from our vantage point, A, you have a hood up. B, is it still a heavy mist, or has something changed?
Yeah, I'm going to disagree with that heavy mist statement. It's definitely a light rain. It's nothing that's going to stop anything from going on here, but no, it's a consistently light rain.
All right, on that offensive series, what'd you see?
Once again, Ankeny kind of kept it simple there. They had a short field. They, especially when they got down towards the goal line, they just kept up with what their offense is consistent with and stuck it in the end zone.
Jeff Brooks, Shield sideline report. Lincoln goes back to Caden Storm at quarterback. He's been out since the Urbandale game. He was a possibility. They go left side. Toffanelli. Maybe to the line of scrimmage. Late penalty flag comes out. This is only going to delay the way this game goes.
They couldn't quite see if it was maybe a little extracurricular there.
Unsportsmanlike on Ankeny. So, we don't know. Heard, said something. I didn't see any physical. Right? Did you see anything?
No, I did. I think at the end of the tackle, I think maybe how they tackled him down, I think it looked like someone kind of grabbed and kind of threw someone down the ground, a little bit there, trying to make a point of emphasis. Ankeny was kind of coming out with their prevent defense, really kind of using 2 down linemen and then moving Max Griffin up as kind of like a defensive tackle, stand-up tackle, and then kind of go to prevent. When they kind of start running the ball, they're bringing back in kind of their base, 3-4 defense.
3:17 to go before half. Again, handoff. Toffanelli gets a hard 4 yards as Caden Storm runs to the sideline to get the play. So Storm just breaks the team, doesn't even get to the huddle. He's the only one that knows the play. Second down from the 43. Toffanelli gets to the line to the 46. Toffanelli, number 28.
Yeah. Peyton Terry in there on the tackle. Manis is in there on the tackle. Manis seems to be the one. He's kind of keying on the running back. He must be kind of like the scout on the defense. He's kind of following that flow and attacking because he's kind of jumping the gap and getting in there on that line of scrimmage, so disrupting all the blocking and not letting him get through and making any big plays.
Storm surveys. Looks to throw now. Tuck. Oh, loses it. That's a fumble. And Ankeny cannot get a hold of it. All they were trying to do is tackle. Ball goes out of bounds at the 40, so it'll be a loss at a minimum. Could have been a lot more. As the officials ask for a dry ball. Good luck finding one of those.
Yeah, Griffin was out there. He kind of saw once the quarterback rolls out, he leaves his linebacker spot in coverage. He comes running up there to make the tackle, causing the quarterback like, I need to get rid of the football, and causing him to try to go back and try to pass a wet football, and then it goes out of bounds.
Those ball guys have their hands. They have their hands full tonight, don't they, Noah? See where Connor Kaiser is, the ball boy that I know. See if he's busy tonight. 4th and 10, and it doesn't look like Lincoln's in any hurry to get the play off. They're going to go for it, or maybe a quick kick, and it's nearly blocked by Manus. Taken back at the 25-yard line, and then taken down is Nick Shirley. I'll tell you what, in open territory, Lincoln makes some great plays, and I think, again, hard to believe it, Cooper King.
Yeah.
Not hard to believe, I should say.
Actually, they punt pretty well out of that quick kick formation because it keeps your defense honest. They have to kind of watch for any kind of trick play, offensive play formation you could run out of that. But still, they got the ball back at minute 43. Let's see if Ankeny gets gritty, goes, you know what, we want to get another score before the half and really kind of put this thing out there.
I think if you're Ankeny, you do. You absolutely are going to try to score here. Lots of time. Bauer. Speaking of time, it all of a sudden ticks. It ticks and expires. The clock goes 0 when Muhammad Mamour. Nice tackle all the way back inside the 20 to the 18. Loss of 21 on the play. 11 on the play.
Yeah, I would just try. I think I'd run the ball, kind of run the clock. Only one timeout left for Lincoln. I think the Yankees going to kind of try to definitely run some clock off here before the half.
The sack takes any idea for Ankeny, and then Boyd, he can't get anywhere. As Alex Song makes that stop.
So Lincoln burns their last time out of the half, if I'm reading the clock correctly. They stop the clock. So you can take a snap here, run off about, you get about 30-some seconds off. They could probably be punting with about 10 seconds left.
Well, we'll try to get Jeff Brooks in line to find Rick Nelson. I haven't even been able to see Coach tonight. 1 minute to play and 1 second here at half. And Jeff, I'm going to open up your mic here just a little bit. So what do you think with Coach Nelson? It's, you know, the run game's working at times.
Yeah, I think he'll have some positive things to say about that, and obviously the defense with throwing a shutout so far. But, yeah, I know I spotted Coach Nelson before the game. He was wearing all white, but I think he might have put his ring gear on in this light drizzle.
I see him now in the all black, but that's what the majority of them are wearing. And thank goodness Jeff is wearing all yellow. We can see him. 3rd and 18. Hawks penned back, trying to extend this to not allow Lincoln, as jumping off sides right over the football, Jaquan Lee. Jaquan, sorry to call you out. I just happened to have the field glasses on him right as he did it.
That drives the coach crazy when you do that. You know, 3rd and long is not so bad. If you had a 3rd and 5 or 3rd and 6 and all of a sudden you give him a 3rd and short, that would really go. Now let's see if they can pick up a 13-yard play.
Again, a quick snap and then look to the side. Play clock at 10. Bauer flushed. Throws downfield. Open man. Going for it. Catching it. Somehow. Brody Brecht, and the defender as an absolute great case saying, hey, I was pushed off to get that. Khalil Somerville is pleading his case. No call. Brecht gets it all the way to the 33-yard line.
That was like those basketball jump ball kind of thing, you know, kind of let him play. There was a little bit of push, but, you know, Brecht has that height advantage on that play, definitely.
39-yard pass play, and Brecht gets it again, but he can't get out of bounds, and Ankeny's going to have to call timeout with 38.1 seconds to go. We'll step away for a quick 30 here on CISN.
But some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
So Brody Brecht, I got to get where that ball started. That was at the 34, wasn't it, Tim? Because it was the 5-yard penalty. So it went 33-yard pass play for Brecht, and then another 6-yard pass play as the ball gets to the 27 for Brecht. So Brody having a couple of nice catches here all of a sudden.
Yeah, nice to see him get in the game because he gives that talent. You know, he's only a sophomore, 6'4" sophomore, so you want to kind of get him active in the game if you can.
Play action again. Here comes some pressure. Getting it to Moeller. Moeller can't get out of bounds. Ankeny has one timeout left.
But they stopped
the clock for a first down.
So if the offense has a play called, they have plenty of time to kind of get a play off, and they still have one timeout left. You could still go down the middle of the field. I think, you know, if you can get someone dragging across the middle, maybe running a post play would be open.
Moeller, the 4-yard gain for the first down to move the chains. Bauer steps, throws, caught, then dropped. Oh, I shouldn't say caught. In and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Jordan Cum. Jordan would have had that, would have been a first down. Regardless, the clock stops. 17 seconds now.
Still at that timeout, you can do something in the middle of the field. You still got that in your back pocket, so your playbook is open. Nice play down there. Would have been a first down in the 10-yard line. I think he's kind of that ball got there. Feels like it takes so long for that ball to get there when you're wide open.
And when you start seeing, oh, there's a defender. Oh, how far am I out of bounds? Bauer keeps it, gets inside the 20, gets to the 10. By golly, A, he gets out of bounds. B, he might have picked up a first down.
I think he's got the first down, and with 9.9 seconds to go, still have a timeout in their pocket. So they run something quick. If you want to go up the middle off tackle, then call it. If they don't get a touchdown, call a timeout. Should be able to get 2 plays out of this.
13-yard gain for Bauer, who now is going to go under center. The quarterback, now play action by Bauer again, throws it away, try to get it to Moeller, incomplete. So after the quarterback, Jace Bauer, ran for 13, he then has to throw it away, and that'll set up a field goal attempt here with 5.5 seconds to go before half.
Good play by Mohamed Mar. They're on the outside. Didn't fall for that fake. He kind of went out there, kind of kept on the quarterback. That was his read. Bauer couldn't get anything on it. He was kind of growing backwards. So smart play. Throw it out in the open, hit the ground. Nothing bad happens with that. Kind of keep the yardage, and then you can still get a field goal attempt.
26-yard field goal attempt for McCann. And this is actually his first field goal attempt of the season, and it is good. Half a second left. So now Ankeny is going to have to kick off. Don't you think this? You think they're giving him grief to the scorekeeper to our right, saying, "Couldn't you just go fat?"
That's an awful quick finger. I think they're telling him.
So Ankeny had not kicked a field goal all season, and they kick a 26-yard field goal by McCann here to put the Hawks up 26-0 as the wind now starts to pick up a little bit.
They're getting a cool breeze from the north, so it's kind of coming through. So far, so good. It's been a clean weather game. Some sprinkles here. It doesn't seem to bother the fans. You got the umbrellas out.
Umbrella. So I'm pretty sure this has its own zip code in front of us.
I think so. I know it's a
that
tent.
Thing
I don't
is
know if it looks like a food tent.
Ask them if they're serving quesadillas out of there.
They got a family of 8.
26-0. Ankeny leads Lincoln.
Looks like something to get at Bass Pro Shop.
No, you get it at GNL Clothing.
Yeah, GNL Clothing.
Let's get that right. You can pick up your outerwear.
I'm sure they've got the.
Shields probably has it.
I would kick this on the ground, kind of scrub it, just kind of let it run out. And
yep, I think you're right on that one. So line drive. So we're both wrong. It's going to bounce and touch.
Yep.
Now, since he touched it, that started the clock.
Right.
But if he wouldn't have touched it, right? Well,
yep, they would have stopped it. They would have had to run a play.
All sorts of fun stuff. Well, Jeff Brooks is making his way as we are at halftime, where Ankeny is leading 26-0 on a wild start. A lot of points here in that second quarter than what we saw, but Jeff Brooks is now down on the sideline with Coach. Let's go, Jeff.
Because they work well for you. Hey, Coach, so awesome opportunity there for a 2-minute offense. They executed it fairly well. Your thoughts on that, and ended up with points.
Yeah, it was nice to see complete a long ball. We didn't get our guy over to protect the edge on that last play. I think we could have got it in, but he didn't send him. so he was unprotected on the edge. But, yeah, our kids are playing well. It's we just need to keep doing it in the second half.
So we noticed on the second scoring drive more emphasis on a straight line run up the middle and taking advantage of that and throughout the half. What's your situation there with that the rest of the game?
Well, they're playing a 3-3 stack, and we got a zone block because our gap stuff's not doing very well. So we just got to keep zone blocking, and most of that hits from the center backside. So most of our stuff will probably be inside. Now we've had a little cup tosses and stuff, so we'll continue to do that too.
So defense, no points allowed here this half. Your message to them at halftime to continue that.
Yeah, they're playing well. They're tackling. They got their little quarterback back some. He was been out since Urbandale game, and it looks like maybe their tailback's hurt or something. That Burnside kid's not here, so we were worried about him because he's a very good runner. But yeah, I'm proud of our kids right now. And as long as the lightning stays out, we'll be happy, I think.
All right, Coach, go give them a good time.
Thank you.
All right, that's Jeff Brooks on our Shield Sideline Report. He's talking with Coach Rick Nelson. Good to see it's not us who are the only ones not seeing players. They're looking for them too. So Ankeny leads Lincoln right now, 26-0. We are at halftime here. We'll be talking girls cross country when we come back. This is high school football on CISN.TV.
Only one steak place that has the best steak. The most tender, most flavorful, mouth-watering steak. A place that makes the choice to serve you the best choice, because we believe there really is no other choice. Hy-Vee Choice Reserve. Premium, hand-selected, 100% natural beef. Hy-Vee Choice Reserve, because our choice is your best choice. There's really only one steak place that has the
Chevrolet's Power Price Truck and Crossover event featuring new 18 Silverado Double Cab LTs. Power lease, $259 per month lease. Power price, $32,490. New 18 Silverado Crew Cabs. Power lease, $429 per month lease. Power price, $36,490. Over 170 Traverse, Equinox, and Tracks available. With 12 going on 13 years of year-over-year sales records, Schottenkirk knows how to sell Chevys. Schottenkirk Chevy, Waukee Chevy. Find new roads. WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevrolet.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you.
Building a strong community doesn't happen overnight. It takes a vision for the future, the ability to turn a challenge into a success, and individuals who inspire new generations of growth. Greater Des Moines has done a lot of growing over the years, and so have we. At Brick Gentry Law, your success is something that we create together. Thank you for making us a part of your community. Thank you for 50 years.
All right, gotta have sound. Hi, again. We're back at halftime. We're always trying something new. We're going to talk girls cross country, and it looks like the girls are happy to be in here. Got a hat though, and we got long coats. Coach, I don't think they're dressed properly. Don't you want them to be wearing a little more?
A little warmer for them. Yeah,
well, but they've been busy because they were working to get into the stadium tonight.
Yes, we did. We ran. We were supposed to run from Lincoln, but because of the weather, we just ran the 12 miles around the school this afternoon. So they did a little relay racing there, and we got the whole mileage in and then ran up here to the school and around the track. So it was fun.
This is Coach Klingensmith, and I believe first year coaching for girls cross country, or how many years have you been here?
This is the second year at Ankeny High School as the head girls coach, and then prior to that I was the boys assistant coach at Centennial.
All right, so tell me about these two girls that you brought. We want to know about them.
So Madeline and Fiona are our two top runners this year, and they've been making great strides. Fiona came out of nowhere this year. She really worked hard over the summer, and she came out and became a leader for us on the front end of our squad. And Madeline was a freshman last year, and she just did a great job running for us. Just super great times, and just kept coming down. And this year she came back and just started all over again. And these two have become great running partners together. They're really pushing and pulling each other along, and we'd love to see that.
Does that mean you have to start running at like 6 in the morning or something, or what does he mean by running partners?
Well, we in races we try our best to stick together for as long as we can and just work together and push each other.
How much talking goes on between the two of you while you're running?
Not much. We're working pretty hard, but we signal each other during the race when it's time to kick it in.
All right, so you've had some big meets. I know there are always big meets, right? Every time you go out and run. What's been the biggest meet you think you've been in this year?
Our next biggest meet coming up is at Ames, which is conference. And I think just every meet progressively is its own challenge, getting better and working towards a new goal each race.
All right. So, but did you have a meet this week? Was there one this week? Was there just that was the one just over here, right, at Ankeny?
Yesterday we ran at DMAC, and I think we both had really good races, and we pushed our to the best that we could, and we both PR'd. So I think it was a really good race for us.
And it was that weird weather where it was nice and cool after being. I'm guessing you wouldn't want to have run on Wednesday night.
No, definitely not. It was very windy. Last night was the perfect running conditions.
And what about tonight? Do you like this this rain and fog? Are you a rain and fog type runner?
I mean, I'll go in whatever is given to me.
Oh, so yes, that means I think yes. I would think more practices in the rain and fog. All right, so we know how the season. There's always good running talent all across the state, but right here, you don't have to run very far. Even in town, you have good competition.
Yeah, we have a lot of competition just in the metro area, and they give us our run for our money all the time. But our girls are progressively getting better and better with each race, and they're just growing every race, every season. Even from last season to this season, these girls have just made huge strides, and we love to see that, just the growth that they've been making and continue to make.
How does that happen? I mean, because you can't just show up and run at this time of year. I'm guessing there's some things that you want them to be doing in the off season.
In the summer, we have a summer running program, and it was huge this last summer to where the girls just kept coming out and kept putting the miles in, and so that's what they need to do is just build that base mileage, and then we get into the season, and then we get down to the nitty-gritty of our speed workouts and just race strategy, and they bought in and they're just going to town on it. So it's nice to see them continue to work hard.
All right, so I always ask the runners this: what is the longest run at one time that you've ever done?
I've done a couple half marathons in the past, so that's the longest I've ever gone.
Okay. What about in a practice where it wasn't a marathon?
Probably about 8 miles.
Okay. All right. How about you?
Yeah, 7 to 8 miles on the long run.
Have you done a half marathon yet?
No.
No. You think I'm crazy for even asking that? I get that look.
I have not done a half marathon.
All right, so the big conference meet's coming up, and we know that state is at Fort Dodge. That's always a goal. Is that a goal for each of you, I'm guessing? Yes, that's a pretty easy question. How do you get there?
I think that the biggest thing is for me and Fiona to be working together and push through the race as a team.
All right, Fiona, do you agree?
Yes, I agree with that. And yeah, we just have to stick together to the best of our abilities and just run as hard as we can.
Now, see, I work in Johnston, and I see those Johnston girls running all the time out in the park there. So are they always they've been good the last couple years? Who do you have to beat this year?
Well, it just depends on who all's in our regional our meet. So we're going to have some work ahead of us, but I think that these two girls definitely will be up there in the mix in the top 15 or so, and then the rest of the team is going to have some great races, and we continue to get better in order to get up there. But we've got some talent. We can get close to Urbandale, get closer to Centennial, and that's always a goal every year is for our whole entire team to get to state. So that's what we're going to try to do.
It's always fun, right? So what do you got to do tomorrow? Are you going to make a run tomorrow?
Tomorrow we have a long run in the morning, around 7:30 a.m. probably is when we'll go, 7 to 8 miles. So we'll see how we do, depending on the weather.
Do you run too with them?
Yes, yeah. I'm actually I run marathons and half marathons,
okay.
And I pace the IMT Des Moines Marathon too. So I love running.
All right, good for you. Good for you. Good for you, both of you as well. I think that's fantastic. This is Fiona Reardon and Madeline Murphy and Coach Clan. So thank you so much. You can stay if you want for a while. It just gets kind of crowded, but it's dry in here.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And conference meet coming up real soon. We're going to talk the first half of this ball game, get you ready for the second half. You're watching high school football on CISN.TV.
We're out.
Give me a 2 minute there.
Clothing store. The one that had
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All in one place. CIML Clothing, your hometown Iowa store.
Thank you so much. Good luck, ladies.
We're only a click phone call away.
Enjoy.
Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we got it all.
Other guys, they think they know what special means. At Godfather's Pizza, we do special, and we do it better. We add the T. There's a Godfather specialty pizza with your name on it. Classic combo, all meat combo, hot stuff, taco, yeah, even veggie and more. All of them piled high with the best toppings and 100% real cheese. Treat yourself special. Order specialty pizzas from Godfather's Pizza. The other.
Power Price Truck and Crossover Event featuring new 18 Silverado Double Cab LTs. Power Lease, $259 per month lease. Power Price, $32,490. New 18 Silverado Crew Cabs. Power Lease, $429 per month lease. Power Price, $36,490. Over 170 Traverse, Equinox, and Trax available. With 12 going on 13 years of year-over-year sales records, Schottenkirk knows how to sell Chevys. Schottenkirk Chevy, Waukee. Chevy, find new roads. Waukee Chevy.
No doubt about it. Saving feels great. At Mid-American Energy, we love saving too. Saving the environment by supporting tree planting, which improves air quality. Saving money by investing in wind energy, which keeps rates low. And saving you energy by providing tips to help make your home more energy efficient. Which means you can take those savings and put your energy into having fun. Saving definitely feels great. So does being obsessively, relentlessly at your service. There's no doubt
Ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
You have stats?
I do. I have stats, Tim. Welcome back here, everybody. It's 26-0. I had stats. Noah, what'd you do with them? Sent them here? Oh, you sent them right here. He folded them up. He showed me this. It's the zoo that happens when we have all sorts of stuff happening. Unofficial statistics.
Noah's too
here.
efficient.
Noah is really efficient. And 31-0. Dowling leads Sioux City East. Here, our score is 26-0 as we get you caught up on a couple of the games here at CISN.TV. When Lincoln comes back out, we'll try to get a couple of words with Coach Summey. And Jeff is on the prowl there. And even if Jeff just gets a couple of comments, that'd be great. Dowling just scored again, so they'll have running clock now for the remainder of that game. Lincoln, we've yet to see Javon Burnside, so no carries for him. 28 is Jake Tofanelli, and I've seen him for 3 carries and about 7 yards. I would go, that's about right.
Right.
But really, Brown, the starting quarterback, Larry Brown, he had 13 carries but negative yards. I'm going to say that's probably about -1 because you remember he had a couple of those big sacks. Matt Griffin made that nice tackle. But they're passing. They've been struggling to throw the football. Very little yardage for Ankeny. I'm sorry, I was talking about Coach Beating. Cale Boyd, 11 carries. He's at 60 yards and a touchdown. Ray J. Crawford, his last carry, 7 carries now total for a total of 21 yards. As here I see we're on now. So hold on, I gotta turn on. We're just not prepared. We're getting ready to eat. That's the thing, is we're getting ready to eat. Ray J. Crawford comes in, 7 carries, 21 yards. Struggled early on. He just hasn't been into a flow. It kind of looked like on that drive he felt a little bit better, but what's kind of keeping him back?
I don't know if he plays defense, but it takes a little bit out of him, takes your legs out, because you kind of get banged up there when you're going to fly in a lot of plays, especially when he plays at outside linebacker position. So maybe he's just kind of a little dinged up. He doesn't have that cut like I think he had last year. He's got the leg power, but I think he's just not cutting and hitting that hole just that one step ahead where he kind of cracks the big ones. But he's getting positive yards when he does carry.
And Bauer has 5 carries for 19 yards. Yeah, on 19 yards, and he had a good run right there before half to kind of set him up, but as you heard Coach say. Passing-wise, though, I'm going to go that's about 9 completions for maybe about 60 yards. Mm-hmm. And there's been some big ones. You think of Brody Brecht, they've been able to get him into the mix as well.
Yeah, we talked about the other games, that Brecht, if we can get him involved in the game, because he's a talent, he's 6'4", the thing is, looking at this talent here, when you got Boyd, you've got Bauer, you've got Brecht, these are all sophomores.
Yeah, right.
These guys are really good. And then I think, like I said, kind of the shine's off now. You're playing on a varsity, I think, but now you have to play up with the big boys, and they're doing it. I think you want to get your big plays out of these skill positions, and you got some good seniors out there that are blocking up front.
23-0 is our score right here at half, and Lincoln is now back out onto the field. And Ankeny is already back out onto the field. And I see Jeff Brooks down on that sideline. And, Jeff, here's what we're going to do. You just find Coach, and you just ask him a couple of questions off mic, and we'll report those when we come back. We'll take a timeout and have the second half from Ankeny Stadium as the Hawks lead 26-0 over Lincoln on CISN.TV.
Every month or so, there's another story in the media about when and how often we need to get our mammograms. Kind of confusing. When this happens, I like to consult with experts. So I called Iowa Radiology. They recommend women get an annual mammogram starting at age 40. They know that it's the best way to detect cancers early and save lives. And that's good enough for me. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule your mammogram. Iowa Radiology, our focus is your good health.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
But I think they just gotta keep going with the game plan, what we came here prepared to do, and we just gotta stick with that. And so I think some of these guys are starting to figure that out in game speed. So
offensively, a plan to get the ball moving down the field a little bit. Kind of what did you tell the boys at halftime?
Same thing. We just got to go execute. I told them before we play, we got to be physical, we got to be disciplined, and we got to be a little bit more physical. We're struggling right now throwing the ball, again, missing a couple guys that we depend on. So we're struggling to find that guy that we can get the ball to. So, we just got to go out and execute, and that's all we can do.
All right, Coach, thank you for your time.
All right, Jeff Brooks down on the Shield sideline report. Great job, Jeff. Halftime as we're ready to start half number 2. I'll fill until you get that done. You eat that. Then I'm going to make you talk. You got to do play-by-play now, Tim.
That's teamwork.
That is the way it works. Thank you so much to the Ankeny Booster Club and Janine Carey. Janine, thank you so much for that. And Brett Butcher helping feed the press box, both in our room and down the hall, and to the gentleman to our right. It's a team effort here on a Friday night, and we are glad you are here with us on CISN.TV. We will take a quick 30-second break and bring you half number 2 when we come back. This is high school football on CISN. Time to begin the second half. Ankeny will receive this kick, leading 26-0 in this game. Over on the west side of town at Valley Stadium, the Maroons of Dowling lead Sioux City East 38-0. Another game you can see on CISN. Let's see what Lincoln does here with this kick. I was going to say, never rule out an onside kick when a team is down, and it's the hands team. Caleb Rafji makes that reception.
Yeah, good job by Caleb there, expecting it. I think the coach has said, hey, they're going to try anything. Usually, beginning of the half, you kind of come out a little flat. The locker room, you kind of your way up. So, good heads-up play. I mean, that's it. You don't want to see a turnover to start your game. Come out positive. Good field position sitting on the 48.
48-yard line is where the Ankeny Hawks will start the football. They are 52 yards from scoring. We'll see what Lincoln adjustments were made and what Ankeny adjustments were made. Always kind of the sign of what those staffs can do. Toss to Boyd, and he's into the secondary before Mamore makes the tackle.
Mamore, Kieran Allen here also on the tackle. That's a hard tackle because Boyd came over with a full head of steam, and not a big guy, but when he's running that hard, that's a tough one to tackle.
Team right in front of us here, the Hawks in their all-maroon uniforms tonight. Fumble on the snap, or it could be the old Fumble-Rooski play, but I think it was just good recovery. Brody Brecht somehow comes up with it. As the mist, we'll check in with Jeff in just a moment. It still looks very light misty, but it is a little foggier, if that makes any more sense here. I don't know if it's any wetter on the field, but both teams having to play in these conditions, and there is a penalty, so this is now my opportunity to bring in Jeff Brooks. So, Jeff, light mist, heavy mist, what do I got?
No, this is a light mist, not a rain, not a sprinkle, it's a mist. Hey, halftime, I need to renegotiate dinner and rain. I need hazard pay and some food. That's what I'm hearing from up there.
The boss is here.
I hear you.
Peter, if he's listening, we need, Jeff wants a bonus or a better negotiated deal.
It's all good.
All right, hang on, Jeff, for this play. We go Boyd up the middle, and Boyd still on his feet inside the 30. So, Jeff, we caught part of that interview with Coach Summy. What'd you pick up from that?
Well, I think consistency. He wanted to just play a little more consistent. He did mention on both sides of the ball he's out 4, 5, 6 starters, and he just doesn't have the manpower right now without consistency.
All right, Jeff Brooks. They go left side now to the Hawks. That's Boyd. Gets inside the 20.
Yeah, Smith there at his tackles just really kind of seal the outside there, and Boyd kind of goes, hey, there's a lot of room out here, so he took it outside, picking up positive yardage. So the line coach had talked about making the adjustment on this 3-3 stack defense. They kind of just going straight ahead zone blocking seems to be working.
First down, Boyd. Stiff arms. And if you pick up a little bit of the, Jay's having a hard time trying to keep above that umbrella shot there on the camera. So if you see a big red umbrella, it's hard for everybody to miss tonight. But it is certainly keeping them confined underneath us. Pickup of about 6 on that play for Boyd. Boyd gets the handoff again. Mamore, the tackle. Ankeny's going to just keep it on the ground, Tim.
Yes, I think they're not going to risk a pass play. I'm looking for possibly an option here. Bauer hasn't, kind of faked the run, take it himself.
Bauer, the hard snap, looks now back to the sidelines. Chido gets back in a 3-point position. Boyd up the middle, inside the 5, near the goal line at the 1.
A good straight-ahead blocking there with that line. I have to give out, Stephan, Miller, Young, Smith, Bayer. Those guys, really kind of driving straight ahead. He was running back's got to like that. So now you got a 1st and goal on the 1-yard line, maybe 1.5.
Hey, look at that right fullback, Mello Gray. They run behind and up the middle, and a touchdown for Cale Boyd.
Good block there. Mello gets in. He kind of runs off the inside of his, I would say his cheek there, because I think he goes out there, and Mello kind of kicks the whole offensive line to the outside. Fullback takes care of the other side. Really kind of opens up like a V. Boyd goes in the end zone, touchdown.
Boyd now with 2 touchdowns and over 100 yards as the kick is up and good. Hawks open up a 33-0 lead on CISN.TV.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Hawks go 8 plays, 52 yards, and ends in a 1-yard touchdown run for Cale Boyd. His 2nd of the game, and he's now over 100 yards on the game. Is that right? Yeah. High kick. Taken at the 10. And huge open. Only one to get is going to be the kicker. And then the ball comes out at the end. And by golly, Ankeny might just have the ball back.
Shirley playing on comes down. He's on the left outside of the kickoff. Comes down there, sees him break that first line because of the fumble. Everybody kind of overran the play. Ran him down from behind, tackled him, caused the fumble. What a crazy play. But good hustle play by Shirley up there. That's why you wouldn't have some of your skill players out there on the kickoff team.
I think it was Reese Martin who returned it. Jeff, was it 15 for White? Is that who that was?
Yeah, it was. And then just the bobble on that opened up the lane, and then Brecken Manis with the recovery.
Okay. Manis the recovery. Hawks start at the 48-yard line. 2 possessions already here in the second half. What can the Hawks do? Bauer going down the middle. Wobbly throw, but caught by Brecht at the 30. John King kind of looking, how did he catch that? Gain of 17.
Looks like they're bringing no fullback. Carson Hillsaback, junior, kind of playing fullback in there, coming in the game.
Handoff Boyd. Makes one man miss, darts to the outside. He's at the 15-10, race to the pylon! Touchdown, Cale Boyd, 31 yards.
It took the ball left side, took the hole, took a hard right cut, all opened up. That's kind of when you get your blocks down there in that second level into that linebacker secondary, kind of cut it back up, and then it was a race to the pylon.
McCann will come on to attempt the extra point on a 2-play, 48-yard drive. And the Hawks starting to feel a little more confident now. Kick is up and good. We'll have a continuous clock when we come back because Ankeny leads 40-0.
.com. Schottenkirk Chevrolet's Power Price Truck and Crossover event featuring new 18 Silverado Double Cab LTs. Power lease, $259 per month lease. Power price, $32,490. New 18 Silverado Crew Cabs. Power lease, $429 per month lease. Power price, $36,490. Over 170 Traverse, Equinox, and Trax available. With 12 going on 13 years of year-over-year sales records, Schottenkirk knows how to sell Chevys. Schottenkirk Chevy, Waukee. Chevy, find new roads. WaukeeChevy.com.
Hey everyone, this is Dan Holm with Ankeny Fanatic. Be sure to check out our website this fall for the best local high school sports coverage around. Whether you're a Hawk or a Jaguar, we'll be covering everything from cross country, man that dude is fast, to volleyball and everything in between. Well hey Kenna, welcome back. You don't want to miss any of the hard-hitting action. Come visit us at AnkenyFanatic.com.
Thanks to our friend Dan Holm and the Ankeny Fanatic. Hear his podcast. This week he's talking volleyball. Again, a fumbled return. That time, though, there's going to be no heroics for Austin Fong. Sorry, that's Smith, Cerise Smith. Speaking of... Well, let's speak to Jeff Brooks. I'm going to speak at Dan Holm. I'm going to look up his Twitter and see what's going on with Centennial and Fort Dodge. Jeff? What do you know, Jeff Brooks down on the sideline? Jeff. Let's see here. That could be on me. Oh, it's me. He can't hear me anymore. And I bet I'm going to get a text that says, hey, I can't hear you anymore. All right.
I don't think he could read your lips clear up here. So
no, and I've got a big mouth, and you'd think that would be possible, but it's not. Handoff left side. Not much of a gain for Lincoln. Yeah. So now the Hawks.
See some newer players in there. Brock Cheeto, the fullback, coming in, playing linebacker in on the tackle. So he left his fullback spot. Hillsaback came in at the fullback, so he goes, Brock, how'd you have to play some linebacker, get some tackles?
So this drive started on the 11-yard line. It's up to the 13 after a 2-yard gain. And incomplete, nearly intercepted by the Hawks, Brecken Manis. And so the quarterback is now Devin Henderson, so the third quarterback of the night for Lincoln. All right, last check. Tie game, Jaguars and Fort Dodge, 14-14. That was about half an hour ago. So good game up there at Dodger Stadium in Webster County. You ever been to Dodger Stadium? Well, that's their baseball stadium, and then their football right next to it.
I played up there. They share that with the high school. The high school and the community college, Iowa Central.
Henderson gets keeps it himself and nearly gets tackled behind the line, and Henderson is upset, but they're going to give him forward progress to the 15, but we do have a whistle. We have a couple of, just one down player now. There were two. I bet Jeff Brooks can hear me now. Can you hear me now, Jeff?
Yeah, I'm back with you.
That was me.
That was you. All right. I changed batteries. I did everything I was supposed to. Bingham, Coach Bingham, I'm down here with him on that last touchdown run. Boy, we're standing right at the goal line. He has the camera. He stood in there like a trooper. I was gone. It was a nice touchdown run. Ankeny goes on top, running clock. Let's see if we can finish this thing out strong.
All right. Hawks with this timeout on the field for an injury will step away as well. 6:25, Hawks lead 40-0.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
Want to get stronger, faster, healthier? You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that.
The injured player has been taken off, and Lincoln's going to punt the football. This one going to take a nice Lincoln bounce, approach midfield, and roll on the Ankeny side of the field. So a 51-yard punt, no return. Ball will be at the 49-yard line where the Hawks will have it. So, Tim, you've been to Dodger Stadium, is what you're saying.
Yes, when I was in my early career playing at Nyack, we used to play Iowa Central down there. And, tough place to play. I'm sure the field improves. I know they've had a field turf up there for several years now, so I know with the wet track, at least they got a solid surface to play on. So that's a good game up there.
Centennial leads Fort Dodge now, 28-20. So Centennial, that's courtesy of the Yank. And Dowling is rolling 52-0 there in the fourth quarter. I think Ray J. Crawford gets a handle, gets away from one tackler into the secondary inside the 40-yard line. Pick up a 15 for Ray J. Crawford.
That looks a little bit more like him. He's kind of got a little more juke in there. He kind of gets inside, gives you that fake inside, bounce outside. Probably getting a little bit of movement here. I'm sure the defense for Lincoln's getting a little tired in there because they got their hands on their hips. I mean, this is kind of it's a physical game that they have to kind of get that point of attack because, Ankeny's got a pretty good sized offensive line. That's a lot leaning on you that whole game.
So Avery Gates got a touchdown of 74 yards. He had a pass of 74. Ray J. Crawford, again into the secondary, delivers the hit instead of getting tackled. Reese Martin will get credit for the stop there at the 25-yard line. So Fort Dodge and Centennial have been trading scores. I guess it's the first one to play defense is going to win up there tonight.
Good first down there. What you want to see in that play, especially when Crawford's down there, he's 10, 12 yards down the field. Offensive lineman's right up there with them. They're kind of right behind him, so that shows that they're kind of getting downfield, getting the blocks, and he's just kind of following, finding an open area.
Ball's at the 25. Crawford hit and dropped. Guess who it was? No surprise. Cooper King.
Cooper.
Man, I love Cooper King.
I've heard that name before. Cooper King. Only a junior. You know, he's going to be back next year.
So, you know, Lincoln uses that multiple front defense, trying to find something up front. King coming from that linebacker position. Second down and 12. 3:35 to go here in the third quarter. Hawks in control. Crawford into the middle. Jukes gets right, and a first down. Gain of 12 for Ray J. Crawford.
Couldn't quite wrap him up. They ran into the linebacker. Mamadi Toulay, the middle linebacker, one of the middle linebackers that they have, couldn't wrap him up. You know, Crawford is a strong, he's 6 foot, 196, almost 200 pounds. That's a lot to stop for a tailback.
And I don't know, this might be the last we see of the first team just because of weather, but man, you want guys to feel good about the way they're moving, things clicking right, but you also want to prevent injury. You got a game against Sioux City North next week here on senior night. Crawford dips in left, now to the right, makes another move inside the 5.
I would say this is the best I've seen him run, all year. He's really kind of gone out there, kind of gotten. I think you just kind of need to get a few carries to kind of get things right, kind of get his timing down, with his lineman and his blocking. Seemed to be picking his holes. Now, kind of finding the tempo when to hit the line, then when to bounce it outside.
And I see Boyd right here in front of us. He's talking with. Let's see, who is that? That is Tyler Campbell. As we approach 2 minutes, Crawford delivers the hit and carries his man into the end zone for a touchdown.
Official stopping the clock, and if there's an injured player.
Ray J has the last 2 touchdowns here for Ankeny. Crawford will jog off. So McCann, I think they do stop the clock on the score. That doesn't, you can't just run it forever. McCann's kick is good. Hawks now 47-0. This is high school football. You're watching CISN.TV.
Best steak. The most tender, most flavorful, mouth-watering steak. A place that makes the choice to serve you the best choice. Because we believe there really is no other choice. Hy-Vee Choice Reserve. Premium, hand-selected, 100% natural beef. Hy-Vee Choice Reserve. Because our choice is your best choice.
Building a strong community doesn't happen overnight. It takes a vision for the future, the ability to turn a challenge into a success, and individuals who inspire new generations of growth. Greater Des Moines has done a lot of growing over the years, and so have we. At Brick Gentry Law, your success is something that we create together. Thank you for making us a part of your community. Thank you for 50 years. Building a
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Ankeny Stadium. McCann boots it high into that night sky, taken at the 15. Lincoln. And now Tofanelli looked a little playground-ish there and went backwards around. 47-0 here. It's 52-0. Dowling in front of Sioux City East at Lincoln, or at Valley Stadium. Lincoln's offense coming back out here. Jeff Brooks on that sideline. So Jeff, Ray J. Crawford is kind of getting his old. How Ray J. got his groove back, I think, is going to be the headline of this game.
Yeah, Ray J. sure is. He's had a couple of opportunities here. Took the most of them. Between he and Boyd, they have five of the touchdowns tonight, I believe. If my math's correct, I don't know.
You can't write there in the rain, can you?
No, I'm going to have problems with post-game notes. You're going to have to feed me questions, I think.
On our Shield sideline report, Jeff Brooks, excellent job. And I did get word, it's 2 bottles of water is what you'll get for your extra. Oh, nice stop right up the middle. And 43.
Brock, is it Cheeto?
Brock Chido.
Chido, yes.
A Chido, a Southside name, a Lincoln name. There's been Chidos that have gone through Lincoln.
Yep. So he's thinking, I'm playing fullback. I'm blocking. I don't get the ball, and this Boyd's getting all the glory. Put me on defense. Let me hit somebody. And so he's in there making some tackles. So he's having fun out there. Good athlete. He's had some nice blocks tonight. He's, geez, what about a fullback linebacker combo? Don't you just love guys like that?
I do. It's going to be the last play of the third quarter. We're going to go to quarter number 4. Ankeny rolling 47-0 here on CISN.TV.
Guys, they think they know what special means. At Godfather's Pizza, we do special, and we do it better. We add the T. There's a Godfather specialty pizza with your name on it. Classic combo, all meat combo, hot stuff, taco, yeah, even veggie and more. All of them piled high with the best toppings and 100% real cheese. Treat yourself special. Order specialty pizzas from Godfather's Pizza.
bbb.org/Iowa. Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau's seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at
47 for the home team, Ankeny. 0 for the visiting team, Lincoln. This is quarter number 4. You're on CISN.TV. We're glad to have you here. Before the snap, there is a whistle. I'm Paul Yeager, Tim Halber here, Jeff Brooks. False start against Lincoln, and boy, just nothing has gone right tonight for them.
Yep, I think, that after that first quarter, Ankeny came out really strong. Went into play, they kind of took it to him right away, and then they kind of, once they lost that mojo, Ankeny was on a roll. There's a lot of momentum, enthusiasm there, and Ankeny came out with it tonight, and I think it just kind of took them out of the game. Now their timing's off. They can't quite get the timing in.
And nowhere to go for Henderson because Nixon Timu is there. So Lincoln next week will go home, play Sioux City East, a team that lost 52-0 tonight at Dowling. So East has to make consecutive trips to the Metro. And then they'll host Ankeny on the last week of the season. And the way things are playing out, that could be for a playoff spot.
Wesley's going out. Ankeny has now moved to tied for second in their district.
And they're going to rolling. Henderson running out of time. Timu giving chase. Henderson thought about a hurdle and didn't. Colbin Blas makes that tackle. This is only going to be the 3rd win of the season for Ankeny. They lost to Centennial, Johnston, Cedar Falls, and Dowling. Have beaten Roosevelt, Hoover, and in control right now of Lincoln.
But we saw them play. Remember in Cedar Falls, they're playing. They had the lead.
Yes.
They came out and they played a good first half, but then there was a block punt, and all of a sudden Cedar Falls could turn it on. They're very good, very strong athletic team. So they've played well. I think now they're kind of maturing. Their sophomores are playing at a better, faster pace, making some big plays. So they could make a run.
They were within 7 of Centennial. Low kick, bounces at the 30, takes a Lincoln roll, and trying to make something. Keen Valentine Not really sure coaches are going to be happy that he fielded it with the Lincoln players all around him. Mamore was there.
That's kind of the big no-no. You know, if you don't get it, can't get a clean, open field, then just kind of let it go. You know, another yard or two is not going to make a difference.
I'm guessing we're going to see a different quarterback. Let's see. Now, Connor, no, by golly, it's going to be Jace Bauer, at least for this play.
Looks like it's Cooper. Is that Cooper Cox there in the backfield?
And it is a handoff to, that's Keen Valentine, the guy who just tried to make
Valentine
6, not a 9, yep. So as long as Bauer is handing it off and not trying to throw, Valentine is number 6. So Bauer with 8 minutes, 20 seconds left to go here in the contest. Look for Ankeny to run this clock down as much as they can. So next week the Hawks will be here on CISN, game against Sioux City North. We'll have that, and that'll be our last game of the regular season.
How fast it goes.
We will miss the last one. Handoff again, Valentine, and Valentine has stood up. Valentine's still on his feet, somehow gets positive yardage. Marcus Cross had Valentine dead to rights back at the 45.
That's one of those where the coach says, you got to wrap up a player. He kind of grabbed him, was kind of doing one of those throw him down the ground kind of thing. Yeah. Valentine kept his balance, spun, didn't give up in the play, and that's kind of been the whole night for this entire Ankeny Hawk team, that they haven't given up. They kind of kept their heads in the game, and he turned something what was bad into a positive yardage, so it brings up a 3rd and 5.
And Ankeny's actually been pretty good on 3rd down tonight, been able to convert. Let's see what they can do here. They're going to ask Bauer to throw. Instead, they go Valentine, and he is going to be wrapped up short of the 1st down. Now, he's inside the 40. You only need a couple of yards.
I think you go for it here because really a punt really doesn't, field position doesn't gain you much. But I know as a defensive player, when you hit the 4th quarter and you're pitching a shutout, that's when it comes in now we want to keep the goose egg. You don't really think about it, but when you get to this point, even if you're ahead by this much, your backups, you really kind of want to keep the ball and kind of keep that going because you've earned it to this point. So let's see if they can pick up the 1st down and run the clock.
All right, Jeff Brooks, I'm going to bring up your mic here after this play. We're going to run a couple of things by you. We'll see how things shake out. Handoff Valentine. He's short. I don't think he's going to get the 1st down. He is going to be short, and that's going to be a turnover on down. So, Jeff, we were discussing who for the post-game interview. Your thoughts, unless you were already listening to us when we gave a suggestion.
No, we've talked to Boyd, I believe, earlier in the year, but he was clearly in the mainstay of the game. He was the primetime performer in the running backs.
How about the guy who ran after Boyd?
Yeah, absolutely. Ray J?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be good with Ray J. He definitely deserves some credit. He plays defense too as well, I believe. So, definitely their defense played well. I didn't see any spotlight highlights on him for the second half on defense or in the game for defense. But, yeah, that'd be a great pick.
We'll see what we can chase down Ray J, and maybe we'll give Jeff another name as Lincoln comes out here. Looking to throw the ball is Henderson. It's caught by Storm at the 40, and then a nice tackle back there at the line of scrimmage. And that's our holder, Reese Pitts. We've seen Pitts play over the course of the season as the clock gets towards 5 minutes now.
Good force there by Bryce Peterson as well. He just kind of had the first initial contact to kind of keep from going outfield to kind of bounce him outside. So coming in at playing linebacker, coming in fresh like that and kind of keeping your head up on that screenplay because he had some open field.
2nd down for Lincoln. Henderson rolls out, throws downfield, has a receiver just a little much. Kind of like the way Henderson plays. He's got a little more confidence. We've seen We've seen Caden Storm at quarterback. We started with Larry Brown. We've also seen Devin Henderson play. All of them bring something different. You know, Caden Storm a little shorter. Brown, a good-sized kid. This Henderson, you know, he's moving around pretty well, throwing the ball well.
Naturally plays defensive back, kind of came in. He's a senior, and he let him play quarterback. Good athlete. I mean, he does roll out really well. I think he does have a little more speed to their offense at quarterback.
And that's going to be a penalty. I think Ankeny was offside. Connor Griffith maybe right there over the ball. So now it's third and very manageable. 3rd and 3. 3:45 to go in this contest as we approach 8:30. Nice block out front, but it was because it was a penalty down that far sideline. Man, he is fast. Carter Storm, give him an inch. He took a mile, but I'm pretty sure this one's coming back.
Yeah, there was kind of a pretty good block in the back there. You kind of came up and then saw when the defensive backs go flying.
All right, Jeff Brooks, so we think Ray J. Crawford. He can talk offense and defense for you. You're right. We've talked about Boyd. I didn't get a good look, Tim, on the offensive line. Jeff, did you get a look on the offensive line? Somebody up front that we're missing?
Yeah, well, I think that a whole offensive line as a group's a solid choice. Any one of them, any one of the upperclassmen would be good. Another one we talked about a couple weeks ago was Nick Shirley. I believe Nick Shirley, did he not make that strip for the fumble? I know it's another defensive player, but
defense is throwing a 0 up right now.
Absolutely, and I know his mom, Monica, would appreciate that if I got her kid on.
Sounds good. Henderson rolls out. He is still on the loose. Finally brought down after he gets past the 40. Pitts comes up. So does Chido.
Yep, those guys that come in there. Have we ever interviewed Romello Gray?
No, we haven't.
And he had some tackles in there in the middle.
Yeah.
He's a disruptor. So I don't know. Looking for a lineman. I'm always partial to linemen.
Yeah.
Gotta love those big guys in there.
They're the ones doing the work, right?
Yep. He also plays a little fullback.
Yes, a lot of fullback in that big house backfield. Clock approaching 2 minutes for Lincoln. They empty out the backfield for Henderson. He throws down the middle. Caught by Storm. Got to get a hand on him, otherwise he's going to run for a while. Still on his feet. Carter Storm, the junior, him and his twin brother, Caden. As the rain now starts to pick back up as we get towards that under 2 minutes mark. We are so close to getting this game.
Coaches out there still giving defense the signals. They want to kind of keep this shutout. Keep the play in front of you. Don't let the big play. They're kind of spreading that defensive secondary out wide and kind of letting the receivers cut back in the middle where it's really open.
Up the middle goes the running back. That's Toffanelli. He gets a first down. And I think Lincoln's going to take a timeout. Lincoln's thinking we can get a score here.
Clock is still running. They have not called a timeout. We're almost at a minute left to go in the game.
See, and I thought I saw the far side official stop the clock, but I did not. He was waving his hands. I guess that's force of habit. As the rain now picks up in intensity. Henderson rolls out. He's going to tuck it, run. What a hit. Bryce Peterson. And when I say the rain has started to hit, that's an understatement. The final 40 seconds is movie rain now.
That ball's going to get a little slick here because that is a pouring rain.
Henderson. This is the most excitement we've heard out of the crowd. Peterson on the pursuit. Henderson rolls, throws towards the end zone. Incomplete. 20 seconds, and Henderson is slow to get up, and then he pops up.
Braden Johnson, linebacker, came up there. Second guy there forcing the pass play where he couldn't get it. And there was guys open in that right side. But once again, good defensive play. 6, 5, 4, 3. I think we're going to try and get the officials can't get the ball set, this game is going to be over. They can't get a playoff.
Oh, my. Ankeny is going to win tonight by a score of 47-0. Ends in a driving rainstorm. Oh, my. I owe Jeff Brooks so much stuff.
That's a 3 bottles of water now, right?
That's 3 bottles of
water.
water.
Exactly what he needs
the
is
ones
water.
from the sky is free. Got to give him the umbrella of the game. All right, Jeff, we'll step away real quick. We'll take a break. We'll get our post game started and keep going here from Ankeny High School. Hawks improved to 3-4 with a 47-0 win on CISM.
Saving feels great. At Mid-American Energy, we love saving too. Saving the environment by supporting tree planting, which improves air quality. Saving money by investing in wind energy, which keeps rates low. And saving you energy by providing tips to help make your home more energy efficient. Which means you can take those savings and put your energy into having fun. Saving definitely feels great. So does being obsessively, relentlessly at your service. There's no...
Hi, everybody. Welcome. We're back here. I'm just leaning in to turn the microphone on so you can hear us because that's important. It's Tim Halber. It's Paul Yeager. Jeff Brooks down there on the sideline. He is, I don't think they're going to take a knee. They're going to quick talk, get on the bus, and get out of here. So if we have to just get one, Jeff, tonight, I would be Ray J. Crawford would be my guy if I had to. I want to hear from Ray J. tonight. We can hear a couple of those other guys as that rain continues to fall. Tonight, Hawks win 47-0. On a win where just pretty much everything went right for him. And remember, before you even, I got to stop for a minute. This game was at zeros going in to start the second quarter.
That's right. It was a very quick first quarter. Both teams are kind of exchanging punts. They're kind of feeling each other out. I say Ankeny kind of came out of the locker room right away and ready to play.
And you know who was ready to play? Was Ray J. Crawford, who's down with our Jeff Brooks on the sideline.
First here. Hey, I'm down here with Ray J. Crawford. Ray J., hey, you got an opportunity tonight. Couple touchdowns. Defensive-wise, two-man shutout tonight. Talk to me a little bit about both sides of the ball.
Defensively, you know, we watched a lot of film all week. Realized what they were doing. Formation-wise, recognized what they were doing, tendency-wise, and we executed upon the ball. Offensively, I think we did really good. Areas we could clean up, but we ran the ball well. Me and Boyd both. Offensive line put in a lot of work this week. So yeah.
It's always fun to watch you guys on offense and defense, but. The next few weeks are big for you guys. What's going to be kind of your message to your teammates?
To work hard all week. Stay on your P's and Q's, and you got to win out to get a good chance to get in the playoffs.
All right, man. Hey, thank you for your time. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Hey, all right. I'm down here with Mello now. He had a big game. You're both offense and defense too. I got to throw in. You're playing some fullback on that big goal line stuff. Tell me how that feels to you.
Man, it was awesome. I mean, I'm still trying to work out the mellow wedge. I'm still working it out, but it's amazing to be back on the offense this year, just in a different position. So, yeah, that's good.
So the guys upstairs said we need to get a big offensive or defensive lineman. Who do you pick? And so we came up with you tonight. So playing defensive line, tell me about that. You're down in the middle in the trenches. I see you once in a while. You're hurt. You pop back up and you come in. How's that been this year for you?
Good. It's just you got to get through stuff. It's all about mental stuff, and that's what I did. I came in, got hit in the eye, came back, mad, played good.
All right, man. Well, the rain's coming down hard, so I'll let you get inside with your teammates. Good luck the rest of the way.
All right, Mello Gray, Jeff Brooks, hazard pay. We're shutting the windows, batting down the hatches because that rain. You could hear it. Jeff's got a plastic cover on that microphone, and you could hear it hitting, giving you that natural sound. And then all of a sudden, we could hear the rain on top of us here in the press box coming from the west. We started this game 6:30, 2-hour game. That was the reason for starting. There is another round of storms. This is going to be the norm for the next few days. So, Tim, that changes things just a tiny little bit because all these teams now are going to come to the clutch part of the season, and they're going to struggle to find good practice time.
Yeah, and it was school activities. They have this. They have the different facilities out there. Sometimes if the weather's bad, you hate to have to practice in a gym. But sometimes it's good to kind of rest the legs. The guys know what they're doing. You kind of go through assignments, do some game film stuff, kind of work out the kinks. Go through some PT during the week and get healthy. And sometimes it's not a bad thing to not have to hit and really do full live practices late in the season.
I can see the Ankeny bus with that fog light that they put on. It's barely breaking through the light from the far side of the stadium to here. That is how intense the rain is and how heavy the air is. So the weather changes. It gets colder. But right now, the Ankeny Hawks have got to have a little pep in their step because they are absolutely alive for the playoffs.
And we've watched them several times this year. This is the best we've seen them play. And they came out from the get-go. They're playing well. Even when the 0-0 first quarter, they kind of played. They kind of set the tempo. They're hitting. They're following through, doing what the coach says. Now listen to Coach Nelson at halftime. He's like, well, we aren't really playing well. We aren't doing this, but we're watching them up here like, no, they are playing quite well. Got their blocks. Figured out that blocking scheme. Once they started that drive blocking, the offense kind of popped out, and they really ran the ball well, had a couple well-timed passes, didn't turn the ball over.
Yep.
That was a key because they are an intercepting team, and played very well.
Yep, and I'm just telling Jeff, yes, get out of here, get dry, take that equipment with you. We'll get that to you from another time. Thank you so much, Jeff Brooks. Great job tonight. So now these teams, unofficial statistics tonight, thanks to Noah Yeager for his work. Cale Boyd, 19 carries, 134 yards. So good yard from him. Ray J. Crawford, a lot of his runs come in the second half. He had 9 carries for 70 yards, 2 touchdowns, both of them. Bauer passing tonight, he was effective when he needed to be.
Yeah.
I still think they're working. I think Coach Nelson has told us they are trying to figure out a way, get his confidence, get those routes. Tonight, though, Brody Brecht was big in a couple of situations.
Yep, and in the receiving, it wasn't by running back. It wasn't going to Boyd, but it was going to Brecht. It was going to Mueller. I mean, they were getting I think Q might have had a catch there, but I think looking at getting the ball to the wideouts, they're kind of setting those screens up, a couple down the middle. I think so. Much better passing game and not turning the ball over.
All right, we're back next week. 6:45 is the opening play of our pregame show. Kickoff at 7 o'clock. For Peter, for Jay, for Jeff on the sidelines, Noah at the stats. Tim, thank you so much. Stay dry. We've got umbrellas. We can hopefully get out of here without too much damage. Stay dry wherever you're at. Thank you for watching us on CISN.TV. Tell your friends. Share the video. Love to hear from you. Good night from Ankeny Stadium, where the Hawks win 47-0.